Spacey Sims, and we are starting Taisho Alice episode 2. Are you excited? I'm fucking excited. I don't know when this is going to start posting. I'm not sure what we're going to do or how I'm going to do this. I haven't decided. Is it going to be every few days? Is it just going to be random, like whenever? I think it's going to go up in tandem with the other games that we're playing, but I don't know when I'm going to post it. I'm going to start recording. I've even debated putting 2 episodes up every Sunday, since we only have like an Otome game going up and not always sim stuff. So I was thinking, since we don't have sim stuff that goes up on Sunday really anymore, and if I'm not in the mode to do stuff, I was like, maybe we'll just do 2-hour episodes of this, or I'll just do 2 parts and throw them up. So I haven't figured it out. I'm not sure how long this is going to take to play. The first part took us about 20 hours, I think. It was about 20 parts, so I'm estimating roughly around that for this one. So, yeah, but this is going up in tandem with other things, because I can't wait. We've got so many good things coming out the end of this year that we are going to jam-pack. So this is going to be kind of a one-off. It'll be random. It might not be every other day. Like I said, maybe it'll just be, every few days, or hey, I've only gotten a chance to record 3 hours worth of it, so you only get a little bit here and there. You know what I mean? So this one's going to be inconsistent because it's not fitting in our normal kind of schedule. It's just going up. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited. So we have Kaguya and Gretel in this. I've been forewarned. Look, Gretel was my favorite. I loved him in the first one, and I know I've been forewarned that he's like a Toma, and I just, you know what the funny thing is? I even read the synopsis, which I can't read to you in Steam because I can't minimize my window the way I have to record this, so go out to Steam, read about it. You should already kind of know what the game's about, because we played the first part a while ago. We're going into different mirror worlds type of a thing. Anyway, I could read the back thing. Whatever. Look, I don't have it up, so we're just gonna have to suffer and deal. Also, there's no guides. Literally no guides exist. Okay, that's not true. I found one, but it is the worst fucking guide I've ever seen in my life. It is literally like somebody Christmas treed a goddamn Scantron sheet in high school. It's like A, B, A, A, B, B, A. Are you fucking on crack? How about, 5 A's in a row? I'm supposed to remember which one. It's not even, giving you the word choice. You couldn't even type out the words. Don't do guides if you're going to be that fucking lazy about it. That's why I don't do guides, because I'd be that fucking lazy about it. So I did write down at least all of that. Kaguya has 14 bad endings, and look, one of them, I think I get what they're trying to say, but they're really shitty at writing it, so I'm not 100% sure. And then there's other points in Gretel where they're like, I didn't try the other options, where they say, this is the right answer, this one gives you this bad ending, and I don't know what the other ones do. So you know what? We're just gonna fucking wing it. We're gonna wing it, and we're gonna try, and we'll just see what happens. I'm pretty sure that's what we did the first time. We just figured it out. Especially because right now, the game, for me, I'm recording this, the game just came out fucking today. So maybe as we go through, depending on how fast I record things, or if I get, somebody will have a guide up eventually and we can use it. But we'll wing it for now, and worst case scenario, we have the complete and utter trash guide. That I wrote down so I could just cross off every time we got to an answer, so that I know to be able to keep track and being like, wait, did we do 15 choices now? Wait, should we be on B, or I don't fucking know. Because again, couldn't be bothered to type it out. Anyway, so here we go. We're going to start from the beginning, because I'm not 100% sure if we have to do the prologue kind of again, because it's episode 2. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll find out. Are we going to be wandering through and meeting Alice? So maybe. Suddenly, you find yourself lost in a world of darkness. Where am I? I keep walking and walking, but I can't seem to find a single exit. This might be exactly the same. So if you've just watched the first part of Taisho Alice and you're getting to this may be a repeat for you from 20 hours ago, but for the rest of us, it's been a long ass time. So this is a good refresher. It's so dark. I can't see a thing. Can't even tell how far I've walked or how much time has passed. No matter where you go, the scenery around you remains static and unchanging. It's like the darkness has consumed everything. All sense of direction, even the very concept of time itself. For you to stand perfectly still and hold your breath, the only sound would be that of your own heartbeat. What am I doing here? Who am I? You can't remember a thing. Not even your own name. You can't remember anything. Alone in the dark, fear and loneliness overwhelms you. Hello? Is anyone there? If you're there, say something, please. No one's here. Was I always alone? Right now, I'm sitting here thinking, my God, will I ever be alone again? Why are you being so noisy right now? For God's sake, Bird. I don't know if you can hear it. Well, he's quiet now because I'm looking at him. But it's just like he's been sitting so quietly until I started trying to write down, and then he's like shrieking, and then he's like, well, he's not now shrieking because, you know, I'm recording, but he's playing with toys. It's like, my God, you're just being so loud. It's distracting. Anyway, was I always alone? Or did I lose someone along the way? I don't know. I don't know anything. You soon grow tired of walking, but something spurs you forward in spite of yourself. Maybe I'll find something just up ahead. Your morale is in tatters and your legs are threatening to give out, but you press on regardless. What on earth? Out of nowhere, something seizes you by the leg, threatening to pull you down into its inky depths. No! You struggle with all your might, refusing to let the shadows swallow you up. Sorry. With no way to tell left from right, you run blindly forward. You think it's forward. If you can't tell left and right, you don't know what's forward. And then, after an impalpable length of time, you meet a young man. You there. A young man with golden blonde hair and pretty blue eyes. And his name is... I finally found you! I don't think so, dumbass. Ah! Ow, ow! I fell flat on my face! You deserved it, imbecile. Who gives you the right to jump at me, you maniac? Did you think I would catch you? Think again, dumbass. Not on your life. So who are you? What are you doing here? Do you know where we are? Huh. First you show up out of nowhere and try to tackle me, and now you think you can interrogate me? How very presumptuous. I'm almost impressed. Tell me, what's your name? You really don't listen to a word other people have to say, do you? Yeah, if you want to know my name, how about you start by telling me yours? Is that not the very least courtesy you could offer? Oh, good point. Sorry. The thing is, I don't remember what my name is, or even what I'm doing here. What, you got amnesia or something? I mean, yeah, and I'm looking for someone, because it's an Otome game, so I don't remember, and I'm looking for someone. Spacey go board, there you go. Shots! Just kidding. Most likely, yes. I've been trying to remember, but for some reason I just can't. It's almost like I'm not myself. Everything's so fuzzy. Interesting. That's all you have to say? When I asked if you had amnesia, it was little more than a guess based on the personal details you offered to me unprompted. In other words, it's just a reflex. A counter, lip service if you will. Rest assured, I haven't a single scintilla of interest in you. Not even a millimicron? Millimicron? He's so wordy. Anyway, a millimicron? So 1/1000th of a meter? Like a nanometer? Yes, precisely. Although they've since retired the millimicron. Is it millimicron? I don't know. Anyway, as a form of measurement. We're getting off track. Oh, right. I wanted to know who you are and what your name is. Talking to you exhausts my will to live. Why do you want to know more about me anyway? Shouldn't you be focused on yourself right now? You do have amnesia, right? Well, yes, but look, I spent all that time wandering alone in the dark, and now I finally found you. If I had to choose, I'd rather learn about you. You don't even know your own name, and yet you'd rather a stranger tell you his? You're an odd one, to be sure. You think so? Obviously. How else am I meant to describe you? Weird? Abnormal? One corn dog shy of a picnic? Am I really that strange? Oh, I know. In that case, how about you choose a name for me? Katakana Alice. Look, I just remember some of this. I never played it the original, like, translation of this. I'm not actually 100% sure if the whole game was translated or just part 1, because I don't really know, but I do know that I've seen some things from the original translation. It was god-awful. This one's fucking amazing. I mean, obviously I haven't played episode 2, but episode 1 was fucking amazing, so. But I can't get past the, like, Hiragana Alice and Katakana Alice. Those were the names. Ha! There's just no getting through to you. What part of what I said brought you to that conclusion? Aren't you smart and handsome and logical for this conversation? You really love stroking your own ego, don't you? No idea what you're talking about. Okay, well, you said it's odd for me to ask a stranger his name when I don't even know my own. But I can't remember it, and you're the only other person here. And on top of that, you want me to introduce myself first. So if you choose my name for me, I'll have a name I can introduce myself with. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. No, it isn't. End of story. Aw, come on. No, you come on. You know what I hate more than anything? When people get mad at me just because I don't want to do things their way. Okay, I'm sorry. It's Alice. Huh? Good grief, look at that derpy face. You wanted me to introduce myself, did you not? Oh, and just so we're clear, if you make some What the fuck just happened? Sorry. Okay, my screen just, like, went off and came back, like, I don't know what the hell happened. Like, the game just blinked out and came back on. I don't know if you noticed that or it was fine for you, but anyway. Oh, and just so we're clear, if you make some unfunny, nice to meet you, it's Alice joke, I'm gonna deck you. Alice? What is it, Arisu? Wait, what? God, you're dense. That's your name, obviously. So I'm Arisu? That's what I said, isn't it? And you're Alice. I guess so. Yay, twinsies! Addis. It'd be like Addis. Addis? Yeah. You wouldn't say Sue, because it's... I'm not very bright, am I? Well... Congrats! That was your most insane reaction yet. Why do we have such similar names? Wait, do you know me? Of course not. Then how... Long story short, I don't remember either. You don't remember anything? Precisely. Now do you understand why I couldn't answer all your questions about where we are and why we're here? I wasn't ignoring you on purpose. I just don't have any answers for you, that's all. That said, I didn't take kindly to your lack of manners either. You really need to work on that. My experience is pretty much the same as yours. I can't remember how I got here or why. Didn't seem like that big of an issue, so I decided to hang out for a while. Then you showed up, and here we are. Unlike you, however, I did remember one thing. The name Alice. So all you remember is your name. You remembers a name. Not quite. Well, I'm pretty sure Alice or Aris. Aris. It's really hard for me to say that, going from, like, Alice or Aris. It's a hard switch. Is someone's name. Can't say for certain that it's mine. After all, Alice is a girl's name. Hardly appropriate for an alpha male such as myself. It's funny, because he's a lolly boy. But that's all you remember, huh? Sadly, yes. Just that and nothing more. And if you hadn't turned up asking for my name, I wouldn't have needed one. Which means I'm only Alice because of you. So there you have it. Now that I've laid it all out for you, surely even a total herp-derp like you can figure out why I've decided to call you Aris. Isn't that right, Dippy? Maybe we knew each other before we lost our memories, and there's a chance either Alice or Aris is actually my name. Precisely. You really think we knew each other? I mean, it's just a guess. Right. Silly me. You wouldn't remember. So since we're not sure which one is which, I'll be Aris and you'll be Alice. Aris. Well, I'm not picking it up for you. You're gonna have to go get it today himself. Okay then. Nice to meet you, Alice. Don't start acting like Alice joined the party or some crap, alright? I haven't a single flagellum of interest in walking around with you. What is that? 1/10 of a millimeter? That's a lot bigger than the millimicrons from earlier. Sure, now you're smart. We should use those brains to comprehend social cues. So what's your next move, Alice? Next move? I don't have a next move. What do you want to know? Knowing precisely how clueless you are, I bet you'll think we can get out of here. Sad to say, I wouldn't waste my time if I were you. We're probably trapped. What makes you assume that? Because it's the truth? Granted, I have no way of proving it. Let's just call it a gut feeling. What do you want to leave anyway? Am I right in thinking you don't want to stay here? I suppose you're right. I do want to get out of here. I may not have my memories, but I can tell I'm not meant to be here. I mean, why else would the darkness try to swallow me earlier? The darkness, huh? Yeah, before we met up, I was searching for an exit when it grabbed my leg out of nowhere. I thought it was going to swallow me up. Come to think of it... What? Oh, that was me, right? Whoops. Yeah, come to think of it. Okay, it gets very confusing. I've been trying very hard this whole time to be like, Alice is him. We're Aris. He's Alice. We're Aris. I'm trying very hard because it's too similar name-wise. Like, anyway. What? You finally realize the extent of your own stupidity? How is it that I'm able to see you so clearly when it's pitch black in here? Isn't that kind of strange? Seems like you're starting to catch on. You're still nowhere near what I'd call smart, but at least we're making progress. If only at what I would consider to be a snail's pace. Are you saying you already have it figured out? Well, obviously. Who do you take me for? An asshole? She doesn't even question it. She's like, an asshole! That's it. I'm gonna beat your ass. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. It was just a joke. You're a kind, sweet, caring person. Huh. So how does it work anyway? We're not glowing or anything, are we? In this darkness, normally we'd only see each other as shadowy silhouettes. But to me, you look the same as you would under ordinary daylight. Oh, I know! What about me? Can you see me? Ugh, you really are brain dead, you know that? If I couldn't see you, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. What, you think I'm some kind of handsome young exorcist out here talking to ghosts? Or a basket case hanging out with some figment of his imagination? Well, think again! Okay, maybe I can't say that for sure, but for the sake of my own self-respect, let's assume I'm not. Can't say I'm interested in making any imaginary friends, at least. I mean, if it bothers you so much, how about you use your own 2 eyes and find out? Or are they just there for decoration? You're right, I can't be a ghost. I have hands and feet and everything. The look on his face is like, ugh. Phew, that's a relief. We're getting off topic. Let's rewind a bit. So you feel uncomfortable staying here because you suspect the darkness will consume you. Do you have any logical basis for feeling this way? No, not really. It's just a gut feeling. The same way you know we're trapped. I don't know what sort of darkness you've been dealing with, but supposing it's some sort of sentient fantasy darkness, wow, I can't. Why would it attack you and not me? I've been standing here the whole time, and unlike you, I've been perfectly safe. How do you explain that? I'm not sure I can. All I know is that there must be a reason it tried to devour me, though I don't know if it was seeking me specifically or if I just happened to pass by or what. The only other alternative I can think of is, what if the darkness wasn't attacking me, but rather my body was attempting to assimilate itself? Oh? What do you suppose would happen then? I'm not sure. I think maybe I'd disappear, cease to exist, something like that. I see. In that case, let me ask a different question. How do you know for certain that you have amnesia? I don't know. Do you want to get your memories back? Maybe? No, I definitely want my memories back. Even at the cost of your current self? What do you mean? As it stands now, you have no identity. You can't remember your childhood, your ambitions, anything. In other words, you're a blank slate. To be clear, although genes play a role in the formation of our personality, most of it's dependent upon our environment. Our identities are built upon the foundation of our past experiences. And right now, for you, that very foundation has changed entirely. So although you're the same person on the outside, you're nothing alike on the inside. And if you regain your memory, you'll slowly but surely awaken the other version of you locked away inside yourself. You may assume this other you was a good person, but you can't deny the possibility that she wasn't. After all, you can't remember either way. Assuming you get those memories back, are you prepared to face the sins of your past? I mean, this is like a existential crisis question. Like, seriously? Like, you're like, yeah, no, I totally want my memories, but what happens if you were an evil psychopath? Wait. So the me I am right now only exists because of the memories that I don't have. Or my lack of memories, my inability to remember a thing. And as soon as I remember, the person I was comes back, and then this me, that's fucking scary. That's like being body snatched. That's like you think you know who you are right now, but like what if tomorrow, all of a sudden, somebody, some other entity, some other spirit freaking got in your body and was like, bitch, I'm taking over, and then you're slowly taking a back seat, and you're like, no! You just slowly fade away into nothingness while somebody else takes over your body. That's some creepy-ass fucking shit. You think you want your memories back until you get in that body snatcher situation, and then you're like, no, bitch, forget it. Let's start a whole new life. Let's go to Acapulco or something. Go to Acapulco. Acapulco. Why can't I say that? Anyway. We going somewhere else. We gonna be somebody else. I don't know. Because... scary. Anyway. Yeah, I am. No matter what mistakes she made, no matter who she is, she's still me. How very admirable. But even if you can accept her, there's no guarantee that she will accept you. Oh my god, maybe you are us. Didn't we say that the first time we played this? Like, Alice is really just a part of us in our brain. Weird. Anyway. What if you regain your memory only to find that you despise the person you were without it? I don't know. If she despises me, what does that mean for me? Really weird, fucked up split personality. You'll probably disappear. One of you will anyway. Either you or her. So, no different from if I were assimilated into the darkness. Precisely. To be honest, this is all very complicated and I don't quite get it, but I can tell that you're worried about me. Thank you. Excuse me? You're a sweet, kind-hearted person. I'm sure you don't want me to disappear. Think about it. Everything you just said makes it crystal clear you don't want to see me go. Your unfailing optimism sickens me. I feel absolutely no remorse if you disappeared. Want to know why? Because this is all a dream. A dream? Is that even possible? Is it possible that the darkness is going to suck you up and assimilate you in a weird world where you have no memory and you're talking to a weird lolly boy in a frilly fucking shirt? I mean, I'm just saying weirder shit is currently happening. Listen, I may have amnesia, but my gut tells me that this world is not reality. If not reality, what is it? Well, if you think about it, the most realistic answer would be a dream. You said the darkness tried to swallow you, but darkness isn't sentient in real life, so it follows that the thing you encountered was not, in fact, actual darkness. Just an imitation of darkness. So why would you claim that the darkness attacked you? Relax, I'm not trying to say you lied. I'm merely attempting to dispute your statement using deductive reasoning. Supposing this were a dream, however, it would all make sense. After all, this is a dream, and quite frankly, anything is possible. In a dream, who knows what might attack you? Monsters, ghosts, faux darkness, the Loch Ness Monster, pretty much whatever you can think of. All logic goes out the window. Hey, hi, stop it! Stop it! You have done nothing but shriek for like the last hour tonight. Stop it! For fuck's sake, I am trying so hard to ignore you, but that is like nails on a chalkboard noise. Stop it! Either go play with your bird friend, go play with your toys, or just shh, go to bed. God, why are you such a dick right now? Get over here. Well, if you want attention, come over here. Don't be a jerk. Stop. Because it's not even play noise. You're just over there. It's like fucking whining. He's like whining. It's bird whining. Just don't even... Anyway. This concludes my dream reasoning. Any questions? Hello? Quit making faces at me. You trying to make me laugh? I figured if I pinched my cheeks, I'd know if it were a dream or not. Oh, I see. Well then, allow me to assist. Ow, that hurts! I think. Have you heard of phantom pain? Supposedly, it's a phenomenon wherein you experience pain in a limb that's no longer attached to your body. They don't know the exact cause of it, but for whatever reason, apparently the brain can register pain that isn't really there. Why is it that we dream in color? How is it that these dreams can perfectly replicate food right down to the smell and taste? How do you know you dream in color, and you don't just wake up and think it's in color because you know what color looks like? If people are blind and they have never seen color, do they dream in color? They don't know what color is. You can only dream in color if you've seen it, right? It's a construct of your brain. I'm serious. Like, how do you know you dream in color? You think you dream in color. You know what I mean? Because you're like, oh yeah, no, but how do you know? How do you know that when you wake up and you're remembering your dream, you're just remembering it in color because that's just because your world is in color? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Like, I can't read in my dreams. If I am dreaming and I am like, okay, I'm going to read a book. If I'm actually focusing and the words are not, they are all jump. They do not make sense. There's not real words on the page. And I like, it'd be like if you were illiterate and you were like, I'm trying to read and I can't read this. It's just weird. And like, I get slightly stressed out in my dreams if I'm trying to read because my awake brain, well, you know, my real brain is like, I should be able to read this and I can't read this. Why can't I read this? And my sleep brain, like the dream me is like, would normally be like, oh, I'm reading it. Because it starts out that way. You start like you're reading a book, like you're reading just fine. But then your brain realizes that there's not actual words and you can't actually read it. And what the fuck is happening? I don't know. I have it all the time. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Anybody else? Like just can't actually read in your sleep? Like in your dreams? It's bizarre. Anyway. I compose amazing songs in my sleep, though. I've done it a million times. I've, like, written really great lyrics for songs with the music and everything, and then I wake up, I'm like, damn it, I should... Like, why can't I remember this when I wake up to write the lyrics down? It'd be great. It's been a long time since I did that, but I used to do it all the time. It's like... Brain's a fucking weird place. Anyway. Perfectly replicate food right down to the smell and taste. Yeah, but you can't read in your sleep, though, when you're dreaming. You can't read a book. It doesn't work. Just saying. It's because we all know. Because we know what they smell and taste like. We remember. And our dreams use the same neutral circuits as our memories. Except for, clearly my brain doesn't know how to actually read. Thus, one could say that a dream is a reproduction or recreation of our memories. In most cases, the people and places that appear in your dreams are taken wholesale from your past. Dreams can't show you the answer to things you don't know. But they can take what you've experienced and invent a solution from there. And that's why you can't, like, when people do, like, oh my god, what did you dream about? Oh, it means this is going to happen in your life. And you try to interpret your dreams. You can't always do that because you have to remember, like, oh my god, I dreamed I was being chased by an alligator. Well, you know why? Because earlier you briefly glanced in a magazine and there was a picture of an alligator on the cover. And then that just translated into your dreams of an alligator chasing you. It doesn't mean like, oh my god, you have this crippling fear of some big looming project at work. No, it's because you saw a picture of an alligator and then you're somewhere in the back of your mind when you went to sleep, your brain was like, hey, remember that picture of that alligator? It's chasing us now. Like, it's weird. But you can absolutely have psychic dreams because like that shit happens and it's just fucking weird when you were like, this is really weird deja vu moment. What the I had a dream about this happening. Holy fucking shit. You don't realize until it actually happens, though, but I'm just saying, it's happened before. It was creepy deja vu moments because you dreamt about it. Just saying. Anyway. Or you're just in Groundhog's Day and you're just repeating the same day over and over and you just don't remember. That would be traumatic. Anyway. Alternatively, think about it this way. Let's say you dream that you're falling. Then you wake up to find that you've fallen out of bed and voila! So you're welcome to use the classic pinch yourself option to test if you're dreaming. But the pain or lack thereof doesn't matter. Doesn't prove anything. Not unless you wake up. I see. Again, it's all just a theory. No matter how credible I may sound, I can't actually prove any of it. So just take it with a grain of salt. After all, it only counts as a dream if we wake up. If this is a dream, then why haven't I woken up? Good grief, you ignorant plebeian. I don't have all the answers. I may be a genius, but I'm not a miracle worker. Try actually using your brain for once instead of making everyone else do all the heavy lifting for you. You're the one who asked me if I had... Oh, wrong. Whoops. See, I messed up because of the Alice... I see the A and my brain just goes with it. I can't read when I'm awake either. You're the one who asked me if I had any questions. Oh, come to think of it, you're right. Okay, fine, my mistake. As you wish, I'll give you a hint. I'm a saint, I tell you. Remember when you said you'd disappear if you assimilated into the darkness? That suggests to me that your very existence in this dream is on thin ice. My whole existence? Yes. You don't remember who you are, which points to amnesia. But how is it that you have amnesia if the dream itself is built from your memories? Do you see anything around you but you and me? Clearly I have amnesia. The dream is like, bitch, we don't remember shit. But this dude. But this fucking lolly boy in a frilly fucking shirt. He's kind of a dick. He's entertaining, but he's kind of a dick. Maybe I went to sleep questioning my identity. Or maybe I wanted to forget. Both perfectly reasonable conclusions. Is that why you're so convinced we can't escape? Exactly. You said you were attacked by darkness, but perhaps that was just your subconscious mind trying to erase the manifestation of your identity. For that matter, if this really is a dream, then whose dream is it? Yours or mine? If we're dreaming about each other, then what relationship do we have in the waking world? Apparently you exist purely to annoy me. If this is my dream, then it's a nightmare, and frankly, I'm dying to wake up any second now. So now do you understand? If this is a dream, then I have no reason to mourn your absence. So you're scared, huh? Excuse me? Oh, sorry, just a stray observation, but you seem like you're scared that you'll disappear too. Where do you get that idea? Supposing this is a dream, you and I still actively exist in it. Or at least I have some sort of consciousness. Naturally, I'm terrified of losing that consciousness, and since you exist here with me, I'm terrified of anything happening to you too. So I figure you probably feel the same way. Don't be What? I said I wouldn't mourn you and I meant it. Don't assume everyone necessarily thinks the same way you do. I'm not talking about everyone. I'm talking about you. You're Alice and I'm Aris. We're connected. Good God, are you ever exhausting to be around? Can we get back to the conversation we were having before it got utterly derailed? Oh, right. Let's see. I seem to recall we were debating whether or not this place has an exit. You still want to leave? Yeah, dream or not, I want to get out of here. Even if the real world you wants to stay? If this dream is a fragment of my memory, then surely the real me wants to wake up just as much as I do. Alright, well, have fun looking for the exit. Personally, I'm fine right where I am. Wandering around sounds like a waste of my time anyway. I'm exhausted enough just from entertaining the social interaction. So if you somehow escape, then it's a win-win for both of us. Won't you be scared all by yourself? Won't you miss me? Doubt it. I'll miss you, though. I knew you'd say that. Next, I bet you'll suggest we look for the exit together since two heads are better than one. Am I right? Sonotori. Bingo. I think you meant to say, that's right. Speak English, you goddamn foreigner. Good grief, you just refuse to give up, don't you? Terrifying. I'm starting to question your sanity. I'm wondering if in the Japanese it was like, bingo, and he's like, God damn it, speak Japanese, you goddamn foreigner. I'm just wondering, because, I mean, you think about it, sometimes when there's games that are translated into English, they're like, oh my god, I don't know English, guys, and you're speaking English. It happens in Persona 5 a couple times. And it's actually pretty funny when, like, Ryuji's complaining about, like, but I don't understand English, and he's speaking in English, and you're like, I know, It's translated in English, and they're supposed to be speaking Japanese, but it just comes across really fucking funny. Like, because they don't change the setting, you know what I mean? Like here, this is a fantasy kind of setting. The world, it's not like a real world place, obviously, right now, especially. But like, even when we get out and we choose whichever, it's a door or mirror, I think it was mirrors. Mirrors we walk through, right? Like, that world is like a fantasy kind of land. It's not like it's Japan or America or the UK, you know what I mean? So, but it's just funny. Because you're like, because it'd just kind of be funny if he's like, God damn it, stop speaking English. And you're like, but I mean, we're all speaking English. So I like the fact that they kind of most likely flipped that to make it make a little more sense and not, it'd be funnier, but, you know. Good grief. You just refuse to give up, don't you? Terrifying. Starting to question your sanity. Don't worry. No matter what happens, I won't let go. You're not alone. I'll always be with you. Her hair, oh my god, they literally are the same person, aren't they? Did I? I mean, I think I said this the first time we played. I mean, they both have the same color hair and eyes, and we're both Alice, and we're both in this world, and like... Or we're like, just gonna be like a weird twincest thing when we get there. I mean, I'm just saying Gretel is like our stepbrother, and he imprisons us. I know what's happening there, at least, so that's gonna be a weird ass fucking one, but I think I'm gonna enjoy it, because I actually liked Gretel in Cinderella's Gretel. I was like, I like him, and then he turned, and you're like, oh, he's kind of a dick. He looks so nice and sweet, and he's kind of an asshole. I'm in for a rude awakening. We'll see. But like, also, our hair is like fucking to the floor. Jesus. What do you expect me to do with that? We should hold hands, silly. That way we won't get separated. You're such a ditz. Even an animal would have the sense to feel anxious about our current predicament. Sure, but feeling anxious wouldn't exactly improve anything, now would it? What are we, 5 years old? How ridiculous. And yet I see you decided to hold my hand anyway. Funny that. Huh. Simply saw no reason to refuse, that's all. Hand in hand you wander through the darkness. Moments earlier you were overwhelmed with fear, but now the warmth of his hand reassures you. I see someone's having a great time. Of course I am. It's nice to have someone around to talk to. Right, should have known. What can I say? I'm just a kind, caring, selfless guy who always helps those in need. Now, if only you could work on that attitude problem. Cram it, or else I'm out of here. And so the friendly conversation continues. This game's got a funny definition of the word friendly. No ground to walk on, no concept of time, no one else in sight, and yet, with Alice at your side, you don't miss any of it. You walk and walk and walk until there appears before you a giant looking glass. Whoa, what is that thing? It's a mirror. Is it? Thought maybe it was a big crystal. If it were a crystal, I somehow doubt we could see our reflections quite this clearly. You're right. I can see my face from every angle. As can I, unfortunately. Weird that it's so sparkly here in the dark. Is it glowing, or is it light shining onto it from somewhere? If this thing is weird for glowing, then what about us? Maybe it's bioluminescence. You know, like mushrooms. At least compare us to jellyfish or something, would you? What about a viperfish? Even grosser! Oh, I know! Maybe this is the exit. Or maybe it's the entrance. What do you mean? Think about it. Have you ever read about people in fairy tales jumping through the looking glass into another world? Yeah, Alice and what... What would the other world be like? A mirror reflection of this one, obviously. And if this is a dream, then maybe the world beyond the mirror is reality. What do you think it's like back where we came from? I couldn't tell you. If this is a nightmare, then maybe the real world is better. Or maybe reality itself is the real nightmare. Why'd you go quiet all of a sudden? Getting cold feet? I wonder what would happen if we smashed it. If I get hurt in the promise, if I get hurt in the process, I promise you, I will beat the shit out of you. God, I was just joking. Relax. Nice try. You're a bad liar. Maybe there's a reason this giant mirror is here. Maybe we can clear away the darkness by going to the world beyond. Huh. You sure love to ignore me. In the real world, it'd be impossible to pass through a mirror. It's the stuff of dreams and fantasy. Pure nonsense. But this is a dream, right? Possibly. Maybe it's a lucid dream and we can consciously control what happens within it. If so, I want to pass through the mirror to the other side. Just as you reach out to the mirror, suddenly it radiates a blinding light. Ah! Ah! When the light fades, the mirror no longer reflects you, but two other figures. Kaguya. And I loved him too. This is my favorite one. Okay, look. I don't know what the routes are going to be like, but these are my two favorite characters because you're like, oh, he's so sweet and adorable. I forget the voice that we gave him, so all new voice, okay? And Gretel, I was like, oh, I love him too. And he's going to be the psychopath, and like, we're going to see what happens there. Because, like, look. I wasn't in love with Toma when we first played the game, when we first played Amnesia Memories, and I was like, fuck you, Toma. And ever since then, there's been very few other characters that I've been like, I hate you so fucking much. No. No. And one of those was Finn from Steam Prison, and his route is actually coming out in October. So, yeah! It's gonna be a grand old time. I don't know if I'm ready for it. I still hate him a lot. So, anyway. But I really liked Kaguya and Gretel. And knowing that Gretel is, like, the typical character that I hate, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna just be, like, totally okay with all the shit he does. Because, like, but I loved him, it's fine. Or if I'm literally gonna be like, you ruined everything. I don't know. But anyway. I'm excited about this. These were my two favorite characters the first time. I liked Red Riding Hood and Cinderella, but they were the characters that appealed to me the most. I don't know. I like the wizard too, but... On the left is a man wearing a mask and a cheeky grin. He's not our bodyguard in that. On the right is a man with a smile as sweet as candy. As sweet as candy! Huh. Who are these men? I don't know. They both have a similar vibe to them, don't you think? They seem familiar somehow. Funny you should say that. I was just thinking the same thing. You prop the surface of the mirror with your finger and it ripples like water. Looks like it'll let us through. Sure does. Hold on a minute. What's up? We don't know the first thing about where these mirrors lead. But knowing how reckless and foolhardy you are, I already know you plan to charge in head first. Frankly, I have no interest in the world beyond the looking glass. Entrance or exit, it's none of my concern. What makes you say that? Instinct. I can just feel it. But unfortunately for me, you're pulling me by the hand, and I doubt you're gonna let go anytime soon. Which means I'm stuck with you. God, you're such a nuisance. You drive me crazy. Meeting you has been the biggest mistake of my life. You're like a natural disaster, except worse because you never go away. That bad, huh? Damn right. Not that you care what I have to say. I know you're just gonna shrug it off regardless. You do plenty of shrugging yourself, buddy. In that case, allow me to be direct for a change. Which will you choose? Which mirror will you choose? Autosave successful! The man wearing a mask and a cheeky grin. Or the man with the smile as sweet as candy. Okay, so part of me wants to go down Kaguya's route first, but he's got a lot of bad endings, so we're definitely gonna get bad endings. A lot. But at the same time, I thought I knew what I was gonna do. I was like, maybe we'll go down Kaguya's route first, because I really want to do Gretel's route. But maybe we should go down Gretel's route first. Like, because it's gonna be the fucking traumatic one. Like, look, he's our stepbrother. And he has us imprisoned. And that is normally the shit I am like, go fuck yourself, I'm not staying in this cage. But he has us tied to a bed. And low-key, I'm just demented enough to be like, I don't know, that sounds like a good time to me. You know what, we're going for Gretel first. Let's do it. The man with a smile as sweet as candy. Oh, I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea. Because I don't know if I'm going to be like, I love it so much that I'm sad we didn't do it last. Or I'm going to hate it so much that I'm glad we did it. I don't know. Anyway. I choose This one. Together, you and Alice reach out to the mirror. Then you walk through the glass and jump down into the looking glass world. The end. I'm not going to play the theme song because I don't know if it's copyrighted. So you can go to the Steam page and it plays. So let's start with the facts. Oh my god, there actually is a cage in the room. Oh dear god. My name is Spacey, and I'm 19 years old. Right now it appears that I'm inside of some sort of cabin in the woods. I say it appears because I don't actually remember how I got here. Bird, stop it! Fucking stop it! What is your problem? Why are you screeching? I just woke up one day and found myself tied up here in this rustic log cabin. That said, it appears this place has a kitchen and a bathroom and all the other essentials, but we're tied up. Not just locked in a cabin, we're tied up. If anything, feels like a cabin-style studio apartment. Or maybe it's normal for cabins to have these things? I don't know. Anyway, why am I tied up, you ask? Well, here's the thing. I don't actually know. Just kidding. I think it's probably to prevent any escape attempts on my part. And seeing as I don't have the skills necessary to tie myself up, it's safe to say someone else was behind it. When I first came to, I was completely taken aback. I thought I was going to say completely naked, and I was like, oh god, we're off to a great start. Anyway, I mean, we're tied up, so... But Jesus. Anyone would be confused if they found themselves tied up on a bed, am I right? I mean, hi. I feel like the music is louder on this part than it was before. Especially if they were in a house they didn't recognize. Scary stuff, right? So naturally I freaked out. Luckily I wasn't gagged, so I was free to shout, Mom! Dad! Somebody save me! To my heart's content. But I quickly discovered that doing so was futile, so I fell silent. Maybe I was just in shock. How so, you ask? Because I was so overloaded with emotions that, for a moment, I forgot how to function. It's shocking enough to find oneself tied up, but with everything else on top of that, suffice it to say, it's enough to short-circuit your brain. Anyway, now you're all caught up. Feeling calmer now. I roll onto my side in the direction of the familiar voice. There, I spotted a pair of crossed legs atop a chair. My gaze slowly shifted upward, taking in the rest of him. I assume it's Gretel. Long, slender legs, a handsome face, a presence that was mature beyond his years. I blinked again and again, wondering if maybe this was all just a dream. But it wasn't. Hello, sister. It's kind of fucked up, but I'm kind of... Okay. You know, this right here, this route is going to be the proof that we needed. The theory or the hypothesis that I have been throwing around out there for the longest time, and I keep saying, I don't know, if I were to play Amnesia Memories now, as opposed to it being like the real first Otome game, and run into Toma, would I be... I don't think I'd like Toma still, because he wasn't my favorite. Bird, stop it! God, what is your problem? Just like, he's just whining. Like, I don't know if I would, like, still be like, fuck that douchebag, put me in a cage, and be so mad about it, because I'm so used to some of the bullshit that we go through in these games. With that being said, if you watch Steam Prison, you know how much I hated Finn. And if you watch Sweet Fuse, you know how much I hated him too. Like, that like, those three are like the banes of my fucking existence. So I'm just really curious how I'm going to take this. Because I really did like Gretel in the first one, and now it's like, he's a motherfucker that's got us tied up. Also, he's our stepbrother. So he keeps calling us sister, which is weird. But that's not as gross as when it's like, oh, it's my cousin! Or you knew my mom! Looking at you, Nightshade. Look, I still love those characters, but it's creepy when you point it out all the time. Stepbrother? I'm fucked up enough to be okay with that. And you have me tied up. At the moment, I don't mind it. So, we in for a ride, bitches. Alright. Gretel, age 18, closed his book and offered me a radiant smile which was, in my opinion, unbefitting of my current predicament. Yes, he was my brother. My younger brother. And he was also the mastermind who brought me here. Please make sure we specify stepbrother and not real brother, because otherwise it's really gross, but... Hi, Gretel. I hate to be a bother, but do you think maybe you could untie me now? I kept my tone polite and formal to avoid offending him. I'm afraid not. If I untied you, you'd only run away, wouldn't you? I won't, I swear. You could lock the door. You swear? To whom? To whom do you swear? Trick question. Is it auto-saving every time we get a choice? Oh god. I don't know. I feel like we should swear to God, but maybe we should swear to him because he's better than... Well, he's the mastermind behind this, right? I swear to God I won't leave. That's not good enough. I'm gonna have to kill you now. I don't want to get a bad ending right off the bat. We're gonna swear to Gretel. To you, obviously! There's no such thing as God. Only you, Gretel. I can play this game. I'm gonna get such a bad ending so bad. I don't actually care one way or another. He shrugged off his own question before I could even answer it. One of those, then why bother asking me kind of moments. Sister? Yes? There's no need for you to stand on formalities with me. I'm your one and only brother. Besides, you used to treat me like a peer. What changed? See, so like, in Cinderella's route, Cinderella, Snow White, and Gretel were siblings. And Kaguya was our bodyguard. And in Kaguya's route, he's just some dude that we meet in the cafe. He's not our bodyguard. It's just kind of sad. Like, it's kind of interesting how the other characters are in the other route, but they're not related. So, like, now Gretel is our brother. It's just strange. It's interesting. What changed is the question I should be asking you. You were never the kind of guy who would do this. Or were you? For some reason my head was throbbing and I couldn't quite remember. Drugs. Is it really you, Gretel? What a silly question, sister. It's me, your innocent baby brother, Gretel. Innocent my ass? What are you gonna do to me? Oh god. Girl, that's not the question I asked, because you are tied to a bed. I can only guess. Nothing. We're going to live here, just the two of us. Really, it won't be any different from before. No, I highly doubt... No? You refuse me, do you? Well, then I'll have to rethink this. Perhaps I'll leave you here to rot. No, you misheard me. I said no, like the mask. Or maybe I said nor. Yeah, that must be it. Nor? This was admittedly the world's least plausible excuse. I'm just joking. You know I would never abandon you, right? Although I won't be with you every hour of every day. At this, my eyes widened. Oh, but don't worry. Obviously, I'll be sure to lock you up nice and tight so you can't escape while I'm gone. I should hate this, but there's part that the freak in me is actually not hating this right now. There's something wrong with me. Again, I think it's just because it's Gretel, and I actually enjoyed him in the first one, even though he's a little bit like he was kind of sweet, but like an asshole. You thought he was so... He looks like he's so nice and sweet and adorable. Yeah, a smile like candy, and then he's kind of a psychopath. Meh. In an instant, my hopes were dashed and despair washed over me. I was tempted to ask him, "Are you out of your mind?" But given the current situation, it was clear the answer was yes, and I wasn't eager to provoke him. Why are you doing this? Why? Because you wanted me to. Isn't that right? No, I really don't think... You don't think what? Are you refusing me again? No, you misheard me. What I said was, I really... Daisuke. Love you. Daisuke! At this, Gretel actually smiled and blushed, if you can believe it. You love me? That's very sweet of you. I love you too, sister. And now he's back to his innocent baby brother shtick. Okay, I'm officially confused now. You and all of us. If you really loved me, you'd untie me. I'm afraid I can't. Yeah, I figured. I let out a dry laugh. Gretel shook his head in disappointment. You'd be perfect if only you kept your mouth shut. And that said, I still love you, even if you constantly sabotage your own sex appeal. Well, that's... Alright, you know, you have me tied up, and you're keeping me prisoner, And I was okay with that, but now you basically told me to shut my fucking mouth. And that, you know what? I might take my feelings back. That's where I draw the line. Because I know I'm obnoxious. He doesn't need to tell me that. It hurts my feelings, okay? If it wasn't tied up, I would have kicked him in the shin for that. Slap him in the face. Kick him in the nuts. Okay, for now, can you just untie my legs so I can kick you? What? So you can kick me in the shin? Absolutely not. Me? Kick you? I was smiling, but I had a feeling he didn't buy it. Fine, you win. I'll untie you. To be fair, it'll be easier for me if you're able to walk around without my help. Thank you, Gretel. He didn't really deserve my gratitude, considering he was the one who tied me up in the first place, but whatever. I rolled over to point the knots in his direction. You don't have to do that, you know. I was hoping maybe he'd untie my hands while he was back there, but unfortunately I wasn't that lucky. It's gonna make it awkward when we have to pee. There you go. And with that, he pulled the rope away. Thanks. I wiggled my newly freed legs, stretching my stiff muscles. Have you considered acting a little more ladylike for a change? See, here's the thing. You kidnapped me, and you're keeping me here, but now you want to change me and, like, you know what? Just love me for who I am, Gretel, for fuck's sake, okay? You want me to love you while I'm being in prison, but you can't love me for me? God. I might not actually like this route as much as I thought. Why, just as soon as you untie my hands, good sir. I answered sarcastically, in my most elegant voice. Then out of the corner of my eye, I saw him reach for my shoulder. Ah! He rolled me onto my back and climbed on top of me. Oh, hi, we're going that far, huh? Okay. His weight pinned my thighs in place, preventing me from flailing around. I could feel my chest heaving. What are you going to do to me? Nothing yet. It's the torment of waiting for him to do something that's going to kill you. Nothing. Like I said, we're just going to live here from now on. But why? Because it's safe here. I'm going to protect you, sister. You call this safe? This? Of course. My body went limp in defeat. Okay, fine. I don't really get why this has to happen, but I'll take your word for it. You're my precious baby brother, after all. Now that's the sister I know and love. Satisfied, Gretel hopped off me and adjusted his shirt collar. Say, are you hungry? I could whip something up. Yes, please. I could see him in the kitchen, prepping the food. Similar to a studio apartment, there was only one main room in this cabin, so there were no walls between us. I could see him, and naturally, he could see me. Of course, that's exactly why. He retrieved some eggs, milk, and veggies from the fridge, then a frying pan and a bowl from the cupboard. From that, I surmised he was probably making an omelet. So I decided to get up and walk around the cabin on my own 2 feet. Gretel didn't seem too concerned with my meandering, so I took that to mean I was free to do so. It made sense, I suppose. My hands were tied, literally, so there wasn't much I could do to try to escape. He wouldn't have freed my legs if he wasn't confident I would remain trapped. He had all his bases covered, and frankly, I was impressed. I walked over to the window and gazed out at the scenery. We were surrounded by tall, dense trees. Evidently we were in a forest somewhere, and no amount of shouting would save me. Next, I stood in front of the door. The sole portal to the outside world was locked up tight, and with my hands bound, I wouldn't be opening it anytime soon. See, he'd be smart to just have lots of locks and him have the only key, and then he could let me have my hands. I'm just saying, he doesn't know how to imprison people. I'd be so much better at this. I don't have people in my basement, I swear. I don't actually have a basement, so that's why there's no people in it. Anyway. Actually, it was possible I could make it work with a lot of effort on my part, but with Gretel here supervising me, I didn't stand a chance. Next, I walked over to the wood-burning stove. Whoa, don't see one of those every day. I'd heard these stoves were a hassle to work with, lots of careful ventilation and upkeep required. I peered through the little glass window at the dancing flames within. The crackle of the fireplace, the woody scent, nice and eco-friendly. And so, after just a few steps around the cabin, I had now attained a deeper understanding of my circumstances. I'm fucked. Long story short, I wasn't going to get off a single whiff of fresh air without Gretel's explicit permission. Not to be a broken record, but again, this place was furnished like a studio apartment, with a kitchen, a bathroom, a bed, and all the other amenities needed for one's daily life. It was clear Gretel wasn't kidding around. He was dead serious about the two of us living here. I looked at the giant bird cage sitting in the center of the room. It was nothing short of bizarre. You were already tied, that should make you scared. Never in my life had I seen a bird cage large enough for a person to walk inside. One word came to mind. Prison. Why did Gretel bring me here against my will? To protect me? Was I under threat of attack from some external force and I just didn't realize it? Want some help? I called out to Gretel as he busied himself in the kitchen. Sure enough, he was making an omelet. Next to him was a jar full of little star candies in every color of the rainbow. He took a few and popped them into his mouth. As I stared at him, he eventually noticed my gaze. Did you want some candy? Yeah? Too bad. Oh, rats. This candy is for me. You can't have any or you'll get fat. Wow. Okay. You know what? Look, I was okay with the tying me up and keeping me in prison thing, but then the telling me I'm obnoxious and I need to shut my mouth because it ruins my sex appeal, or you're gonna blame me for getting fat. Like, I can't have a piece of candy because I'll get fat. Wow. Wow. You know what? That's just rude. That's beyond it. You're going downhill fast, Gretel. We are not gonna have fun. We are not gonna have fun in this route. I didn't really have a comeback for that. I don't need your assistance, so feel free to have a seat. Okay. Not like I'd be of much help with my hands tied anyway. I walked over and sat in the chair positioned beside the cage. Phew. Frankly, the mere sight of this giant thing was enough to kill my mood. I had the sinking feeling my dear brother would throw me into it the second I pissed him off. Sister, food's ready. Gretel walked over carrying a piping hot omelet on a plate. I'm not going to be able to eat that without my hands, you know. Sure you can. I'll feed it to you. Oh. Oh, God. Here we go, sister. Open wide and say, ah. I opened my mouth, and as promised, he fed me a spoonful of omelet. How is it? I nodded, my mouth full of food. It's good. Excellent. Glad to hear it. And be sure to eat these vegetables as well. Okay. He fed it all to me, one bite after another, so quickly that I scarcely had any time to savor it. Under any other circumstances, the spoon feeding might have been cute or romantic, but not like this. Nobody shoveling it in your face. I need to eat my food slowly or I'll get fat. Wait, Gretel, that's enough. You can stop now. You sure? Very sure, I'm stuffed. It was great, though. Thank you for making it. Alas. Well, all right. He lowered the spoon away from my lips and slid the bite of food into his own mouth instead. Not bad. But I'm afraid my cooking just doesn't hold a candle to yours. You think so? You know, I'm happy to cook for you anytime. Oh, I just remembered, sister. He promptly ignored my suggestions. The constantly saying sister is like... I can't help but say it's sinister, like Finnis. Sister. I'm just like... I made dessert, too. You did? But I couldn't have a piece of candy, I would get fat. And guess what it is? Macaroons. Or are they macarons? I know you think it was... Whatever. I don't care. I say macaroons. Okay, I know it's probably wrong, but anyway. Macaroons! Macaroons! The king of all sweets! The pinnacle of confections! Probably macarons, but anyway, I don't care. Interested? Would you like dessert? I feel like we're probably supposed to say no, because we'll get fat, but I'm going to say yes. We're going to get a bad ending. Okay then, I'll go get them. Just a moment. Now I understood. My desires didn't matter. He didn't actually care. Gretel walked back to the fridge, opened it, and pulled out his chilled macaroons. Were we supposed to say no, maybe? Because it's like he didn't care? Like... You know what I mean? Because that was like, he didn't care, so maybe that answer doesn't actually matter. I don't know. Anyway. The colorful confections were neatly stacked inside a decorative cocktail glass for a very classy effect. He took the pink one at the top and of the stack and fed it to me. Here you are, sister. A macaroon for dessert. And now say ah. The chili meringue hit my tongue, and as I bit down, I tasted the buttercream filling. It's so good. Okay, I figured we can maybe do a little bit before we got, but I guess we should have stopped before she walked around the house, but you mean it? Of course, your desserts are the best. And as I spoke, I thought back to the last time I said this exact thing. Ha ha ha, we're going to end here. I write perfectly at flashback time. So, yeah. I hope you're enjoying this. I don't know what I think about Gretel right now, because I was like, look, I know he's going to be that douchebag, but I'm kind of excited for it. But now I'm like, really? I'm going to get fat? Really? Me talking ruins my sex appeal? Like, whatever. Oh, I got to be more ladylike? You're being awfully judgmental for someone who, like, so turned on by your own... I'm a stepsister. I'm still going with that, and, whatever. That you kidnapped me and tied me up, you little bitch. Like, so I don't really know. Like, I don't know how this is going to go. He says some troubling things. Imprisoning me is the least of my problems with him, which is just weird, but we'll see. So, I'm a little scared. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.